We're back.
Okay. We're back, guys.
We're back. Two of
and
us.
Just two of us this time. But we are back with Fan Art Friday, month 2 of Fan Art Friday. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it last time. I think this is going to be a fun tradition.
Yeah.
It's super cool seeing all of your ideas that you've been inspired to create by our channel. That was like one of our ultimate goals with this channel when we first made it, is to get people thinking about character design and get excited and want to draw stuff for themselves.
Yeah, just making art.
Yeah.
It's tough to find the motivation to just get down to it and draw something sometimes because it's a lot of work. And being able to provide a little bit of inspiration and get those creative juices flowing is really cool.
Yeah. So we had a lot of fun looking through all of the submissions. Once again, we got a ton of stuff in the Discord, in the Fan Art Friday channel, and I wish that we could talk about all of it, but unfortunately we could only pick a few this time. But we're going to talk about the ones that we really like from this month's selection of fan art, and we're just going to jump right into it.
Oh yeah, let's jump.
We're going to jump. We're going to start, speaking of jumping, actually, we're going to start with a submission from the user Frog Croaks. Fantastic user, fantastic little logo too, by the way.
Really nice.
This is the first one I think we've seen that has their own little like stamp.
A watermark.
A little watermark
very, very
logo.
Cute.
Awesome, we love it. And more than the logo, we love the actual design. So this person actually reached out to me and asked if they could submit Pokemon redesigns as one of the Fan Art Fridays. And I said, yeah, because our channel actually started with this premise of redesigning Pokemon.
These are our humble origins.
Yeah. Well, anyway, this person decided to give us a redesign for the Cyndaquil line, which is very timely because I've been thinking a lot about the Cyndaquil line because of
It's
Pokemon
in the
Arceus is going to be one of the starters. And, you know, they're cute, but I always felt like they were super underwhelming designs, and apparently this person did too.
Yeah, I like them. They're fine. I think Quilava is probably the most exciting, but they're very simple, especially for a starter line, and it's only Gen 2, but even if you go back to Gen 1, like Venusaur and Blastoise are so much more complex than Typhlosion.
Yeah, it's kind of just a badger with fire on it.
Yeah, which isn't bad. It's just very simple.
Yeah. And this person, they found a bunch of different concepts and sort of merged them into one design. A couple of, actual ideas, intangible ideas, physical designs, animals, anatomy. And what they created was something that was a little bit more spirit-y almost, you know? It has a very ethereal vibe.
Very specific. Like, I totally see these, like, Japanese firecracker influences.
Yeah.
And it's great because it keeps the basic shapes that you associate with the Cyndaquil line, and it keeps the exposed fire, which I would say is the primary motif in the real line. But it just takes that concept and those visuals and it does it so much better. Like, I love these guys.
The movement is fantastic, and I really love how they used colors in the Quilava and the Typhlosion. I love how, you know, you got the fuse is the tail, and then it sort of turns red, and then the head looks like it exploded on itself, and it's like all and black and covered in soot, and he's coughing up smoke. And I love that because it's not really in control of its power yet. In the final form, the movement is fantastic. Like, you can see it, like every part of it's, you know, like one of those Chinese firecrackers where all the way down.
Yeah.
And I love the blue fire too. Like, that just makes it so much more exciting. I think this is such a brilliant redesign.
This is one of the designs that makes me wish it were in a game and I could use it.
Yeah, like
really
if this was the starter in Arceus, I would definitely take Cyndaquil.
Oh yeah.
So fantastic job, Frog Croaks. Really great stuff.
Really great job. Really great name.
Really great name. So this next one comes to us from the user One and Only. This is an actual 3D model being made with clay in the physical world, and it came out fantastic.
Yeah, it's always really cool to me when we see fan works that are in a medium that are inaccessible to Jackerai. Like, it's a whole new dimension of interpreting our designs and creations, and it's so cool, especially because you clearly know what you're doing.
You know what else is really cool about this that I really love is you can see, if you look in one of the images, he's got the ZR Creative pulled up, and that's so cool. It's a little collaboration because ZR Creative made that turnaround that had the different poses and everything, and it sort of is how this would happen if this was something that was going to be made in the professional industry. You know, you would need to have someone to come up with the design, you need to have someone who would give you the turnaround, and then you would need to have someone who could actually sculpt it in 3D. And that, I think, is just so cool that we have this collaboration within our community. That the different artists can share their skills, specific skill sets in illustration to sort of create this awesome final product that it would be very hard to come up with this on your own. This final product is really the collaboration, the result of a lot of different people's work.
3 different people directly involved, and then everyone else is just providing feedback, which is really important in the art making process. So very cool to see that kind of interaction in our Discord and community, and thank you guys all for participating, but especially to you, one and only, for making this guy and sending it to us.
Very cool. Be sure to check out, they also have a YouTube channel, Soxophone. Be sure to check that out as well. Fantastic work. Thank you so much. All right, this one comes to us from user Kiryu280 on Instagram. And this one was one of the ones that stood out to me because it reminded me of the good old days of Subjectively.
This is obscure. This is like something we would have made in a drawing challenge. We thought no one was watching, so anything can happen.
For those of you who don't understand the context of this, I don't blame you, because this is fan art from some of our videos that are a little less popular. So on the left side here, we have Nick's 3D model of Heliolisk that we did for a video when Sword and Shield had just been announced. People were complaining that the problem was that the Pokedex, the full Pokedex, and people were complaining that, how long does it take to really model a 3D Pokemon?
Yeah, there was one tweet in particular that was like, it'll only take them 5 minutes to model a Pokemon for the new game, and that went viral. So in response,
I think it was just me, Nick, and Ailish actually made that video. Nick did a model, a 3D model. We set a timer, and we were like, okay, how can you model Heliolisk from scratch? And I think Blender.
One of the crazy things about that video, though, was we were so apparently certain that no one would watch it. For the soundtrack, Jack just used a full song.
That's right.
What was it?
It was Toy Box, Best Friend.
Best Friend by Toy Box in its entirety was the background music.
Yeah, so that video got copyright claim on
right
it.
Away.
But anyway, that's a fun video. You should go check that out. Give it a watch. And I actually kind of like the way the Heliolisk turned out.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a Pokemon. It doesn't look like Heliolisk, but it is really cute.
In Pokemon Quest, is that
the cube one. So then you have, I think the dog is supposed to be Panko, but it's a much smaller Panko. Or maybe this Heliolisk is enormous. And then, continuing going over, you have our Wobbuffet from one of the drawing games we did. Again, when Sword and Shield was announced, we did this guessing game where I think it was Ailish and Cole who had looked at the full Pokedex.
Yeah, the Pokedex leaked, and they had investigated.
What they were saying was, which one of these things is real? And I think one of them was like a regional variant for Farfetch'd where it had a sword, a regional variant for Wobbuffet where it looked like Mr. Bean, or a regional variant for Torkoal where it looked like a teapot. And we had to guess which one of those was actually real. And for some reason, I was convinced that the Mr. Bean Wobbuffet was going to be real.
Crazy predictions.
So that's what this is the Mr. Bean Wobbuffet. I don't know why they decided to make it a Christmas scene, but it's very cute. They're just huddled around the Subjectively Christmas tree here.
The special Christmas tree topper. Actually, we're having a giveaway. You get a Subjectively Super S tree topper if we get 10,000 likes on this video.
Yep.
Everyone gets one.
Yeah, and we're going to have one and only make it because we don't know how to sculpt. But anyway, this is fantastic. This is some great memories being brought up here. So thank you, Kiryu. Fantastic work. I love it. So this one came to us from Instagram user JZillist. And this was a really cool painting of one of the Fakemon that I made for the Mazel region, Charcoal. And I like this. This one stood out to me so much because we don't get a lot of fan art where it's a full painted scene.
Yeah.
With, atmospheric lighting and shadows, cast shadows, and, interesting top-down perspective.
I feel like I'm at the aquarium in the touch tank in the Pokemon
down.
world.
I wanna rub that opal dome on top of his head there.
It's so cute, and water interacts with light in such a unique way. You really captured that.
It's got that great personality in sharks' faces where it's like, I know it's dangerous, but I kind of still want to boop its snoot. Like, I kind of want to go.
Small enough.
I mean, I always feel like that when I look at a shark, where it's like they're like equal parts intimidating, but also very cute
Depends
looking.
on the shark. I mean, a great white shark.
I still feel like when its mouth isn't open, it's just kind of like, it's got this little like half mouth open.
You want to pet a great white shark?
Yeah. I mean, the smaller sharks that I have pet are actually really fun to pet. If you've never pet a shark before, well, do it safely.
Pet a great white shark.
Okay.
Find one.
Start small. Start with Charcopal, because Charcopal
says.
Start with small sharks if you want to pet them. No, but honestly, this is just so cute. Charcopal is one of my favorite Pokemon that I've designed so far for the Mazel region.
This is just such a nice little scene.
I love it. It's so cute. I would love to see, like, it's reminding me like kind of like Pokemon Snap 2, where you get more of a context of the Pokemon in its natural habitat instead of just like surfing and encountering it in the wild. You know, it gives you it in the full scene, and I love it. So fantastic work. This was really fun to look at.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay,
we're back.
We're back. This one was given to us by Gen 5 fan, and I mean, I just love this. Was, you know, I don't want to, you know, play favorites, but this was definitely my favorite of the ones that were submitted so far this month. I love this one. It's so cute. You know, it not only gives you that really like feel good, you know, saturated Animal Crossing like vibe, but it also just reminds me of how much fun it was to make these characters.
Yeah, like just making this video was nice. Like, reminds you of times you could go hang out with your friends and just, you know, do stuff.
Yeah.
Especially because I think Animal Crossing came out right at the beginning of all of this stuff last year. It was like such a surrogate for me.
Yeah, it really was.
Like, we had a birthday party for Ailish
in
about
Animal
a month
Crossing.
into quarantine in Animal Crossing.
Yep.
And there was just so much like escapism but love associated with the game.
Yeah.
Like, this is just good vibes.
It was
so
a very,
sweet.
you know, very unique experience with Animal Crossing happening right at the beginning of lockdown. And when we made this video, it was sort of the same thing, where we were just kind of inserting ourselves in this really, you know, it was escapism to an extent, but at the same time, you were also still having an opportunity to interact with your friends.
Yeah.
And this is like, you know, it's almost a memory at this point. I'm looking at these characters, I'm like, yeah, beautiful times.
I'd go have a picnic with these guys.
I mean, we are.
Nick's gonna make fun of me.
I like how, I mean, I forgot that Nick had made himself a penguin when we did this video.
You know, I can relate now. I get it.
That's true. You are a penguin. We've decided in your persona. It's also very interesting, the similarities and differences between these and our personas that we just made. Like, Ailish's character is almost the exact same colors as her persona. I used pretty similar colors in my persona too, but I went with a bird. This was so cute. I really love the way it's rendered too. You know, everything about it. It's like, it's the only way I can describe this kind of artwork, and I talked about this with the festive, fan-made festive Fakemon. Someone did designs that were kind of similar to this, where it has the hard black outline, but then all of the outlines inside the character is all colored, so it just looks tasty. So thank you, Gen 5 fan. This was fantastic. We are back.
Just the kind of happy artwork we like to see.
Okay, this one comes to us from a Basil Bean. Basil Bean. So this was a cool Pokemon trainer designed to accompany the Fakemon that I made, Mazeman, which again is one of my favorite Fakemon that I've made so far for the Mazel region. And this trainer is absolutely adorable. You know, it sort of fits in with my Pokemon armors theme, but obviously it's not an armor, she's just kind of wearing a dress. But, you know, I love a couple of things about this. First, I love the simulating the shape of the husk in the dress.
Husk, that shape on the trainer just makes me think about the person making this art and seeing this Pokemon, and right away, like, having some part of their brain translate it to fashion design and seeing, like, okay, there's the dress with the layers, and then the accessory with the ponytail. Like, I see that.
The accessory with the ponytail looks like popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, so you can tell that it's flowers, like, you know, white flowers in the hair, but when I look at it, I'm like, oh my god, it's popcorn. I will eventually make the split evolution for the Mazeman line, where it's a popcorn Pokemon. But this is so cute. I also really like the little decals that kind of look embroidered into the little corn on there. And then, of course, the layered dress is just so adorable. And this makes me, again, want to go back and start designing some more gym leaders and other human characters for the Mazel region, because this is just a lot of fun. So thank you so much, Basil Bean or Basil Bean.
Thank you.
This is absolutely adorable. I love it so much. So this one comes to us from Instagram user Orca Ace. We have some more Mazel region fan art, and this one was really cute. And first of all, I like the composition. You know, you have a really good setup here where there's a lot of, you know, you can follow the action of the scene.
It's a very dynamic pose also.
Good colors and everything. And it actually took me a second to realize that they were going for a
Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, Looney Tunes Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, with the Pokemon that I made, which was Lupacabra and Avior. And that didn't occur to me when I was making it. Like, I knew that I was making a Roadrunner Pokemon. It didn't occur to me that when I was making this Chupacabra Pokemon, that we could have a little Wile E. Coyote situation here. And it just came out so cute. This is another one where it sort of gives a new level of characterization to the Pokemon that I've created so far.
This could 100% be the plot of one of the anime episodes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's some
shenanigans. Like Ash would have a Lupacabra, and it's like chasing after an Avior for the entire episode, and it just keeps ending up hurting itself. But in the end, yeah, that's super cute, and I love that a lot.
Yeah, it's so cute and so like low stakes mischief.
Yeah. I don't feel like either one of these characters is in imminent danger. But thank you so much, Orcase. This is adorable.
Yes,
I love
thank you.
All right, and then we're gonna wrap it up with something a little bit novel in terms of the fan art that we've received so far. We actually have an MP4 file submitted to us by Freeform Freak, and this is 3 3D rendered models with a turnaround of the 3-stage pseudo-legendary line that I made, Zolsmol, Amphibark, and Parazodal. And they actually made a couple of design adjustments. Well, as you can see, they went for like a Cerberus thing. I saw a lot of people had critiques about this line, that it didn't feel enough like a pseudo-legendary.
It was a bit controversial as
far
as
at the
Pokemon go.
At the very least, it was polarizing. So a lot of people really liked it, and a lot of people really felt like it needed work. But this person took it upon themselves to make some changes to the design, and not only in 2D, but actually render the models in 3D, give us a full MP4 turnaround of all 3 of these characters. It's kind of impressive how quickly after, like, I uploaded this video a week ago, and before, like in less than a week, they had 3 models done for these characters, and they look fantastic.
They do look really good.
It's giving a new perspective to these characters in a way that, in a medium that we don't have, the skills to use. Like, I don't know how to 3D model. Claire doesn't know how to 3D model.
It makes it feel that much more real.
Yeah, and it's so cool because, again, it feels like we're in a professional environment where every artist has different skill sets. Yeah. And while I don't have any plans to change the designs of this line, I do appreciate the people taking it upon themselves to make the changes that they would like to see in the designs. I feel that's
so in the spirit.
Yeah, that's like what our whole bit is. Like, if we don't like a character design, we change it to make it to be what we like. So good on you for going out there and actually making those changes. It's fantastic, and thank you so much for this submission.
Yeah, thank you. Really great work here.
Awesome. So that about wraps it up for this month's Fan Art Friday. Again, thank you guys so much for submitting all of your designs. It's so much fun looking through it. Even the ones that we don't end up putting in the video, we see so much, there's like so much love, not just put into the actual designs, but love that we feel towards us as the creators of this content.
It's very heartwarming just going through and seeing just how much artwork has been made singularly for this prompt, like not even just subjectively fan art in general, but Fan Art Friday artwork. It's so much, it's so impressive and so thoughtful.
Yeah, it's really
nice to see.
So thank you guys again so much. I'm assuming that everyone watching this is probably already subscribed, but if you haven't, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, that whole jam. And also be sure to follow us on Twitch. Like I said, a couple of these people I've been speaking to in the Twitch chat, and they've been talking to me as they were sort of working on their fan art. If you have questions about things like Fan Art Friday, you can ask me while I'm streaming. I stream during the weeks, Monday through Friday, at 5 p.m. EST. So if you're interested in hanging out and chatting with me live in person instead of just leaving a comment and waiting for me to respond, feel free to come on over and join us on the Twitch. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your